Welcome back to The Express at Iona Beach in Richmond. It's beautiful and peaceful down here and windy, doing wonders for my hair, right? If only I had a beehive hairdo. Well, we'll see lots of those with our next story, along with poodle skirts and dancing in the cult classic comedy movie turned musical, Hairspray. But you can't stop the rhythm of two hearts in love to stay. You can't stop the beat.
It's a high-energy, colorful musical set in the 1960s.
Hey mama, take my...
It's called Hairspray and stars local actress Jenny Newman.
Hey mama, take a chance.
When they announced that they were doing the show, I was really excited, and actually the moment they announced it, I was like, I'm going to be Tracy. This is going to happen.
The world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart's keeping time to the speed of sound.
It's amazing. The cast is phenomenal. It's one of the best casts I've ever worked with. Everyone just is so in love with this project and the show. It's such an amazing show. It has a lot of heart.
Is that to the ring or to lose the... Which do you want to do?
I think it's to the ring.
Okay.
Bill Millard, who is artistic director of the Arts Club Theatre, helmed this project to bring the story to Vancouver audiences.
As a director, I really depend on my cast, and I was very, very blessed to have a wonderful, wonderful cast. And that was my starting off point. And then putting the show together, you've got to teach them what they want to, what they're going to do. And we had 3 weeks in the rehearsal hall, and then we had a half week of a tech, and then we had a week of previews in which we continued to rehearse, and then we opened.
They opened to critical and audience acclaim. Their singing, dancing, comedy,
Free jelly donuts while they last. Eat 'em up, girls. I got 10 tons of taffeta inside.
and an important message about acceptance and change.
Surrender happily.
It's pretty fantastic. You know, sometimes you come into the show and you're like, because it's such a high energy show, but it's basically kind of like just going into like walking into a tornado. You're instantly just kind of like, and it just takes off.
It's so fun. The music's extremely catchy. It's all 60s style. But then there's this great heart to the show, so you leave seeing this amazing, like all these dance numbers, all this high energy, but then there's also such a heart.
In Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
You can't stop the beat. You can't stop the beat. Crazy!
Hairspray is running at the Stanley Theatre on Granville Street until July the 10th. And we have more music from the Arts Club coming up on today's Express, along with some Whistler fun facts and action at the Mission Raceway. But right now, it's advice for and from Tri-City moms on juggling a family, a household, and a business.
Hi, Rachel. Come on in. Welcome.
Hi.
We just need you to put your name on the ticket and then sign in and grab your door prize ticket for the end of the event.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Welcome.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Rachel.
Julie Noel greets one of the many moms she hopes to inspire today.
I just want to thank you for coming out this morning and having a shower and putting on shoes and getting here with your kids and enjoying breakfast and hopefully getting a taste of what Momcafe is about if you haven't been with us before, or being able to reconnect with other women that you've connected with in the past month.
Julie started the Tri-Cities branch of Momcafe, an organization that provides personal and professional networking opportunities and workshops for entrepreneur moms or moms wanting to get back into the workforce. Their events cover everything from managing a business to getting on Twitter.
Blew me away how many women locally are starting businesses and balancing large families and their corporate jobs just here in the Tri-Cities, and to be able to build that relationship with them and be there when they need somebody to lean on, or be there when I need to call somebody as well, and see the growth and the amazing things that these moms are doing. It's opened my eyes to a lot of possibilities.
A mom of 3 and a business owner herself, Julie tries to connect moms in her community with other women who've done it all and succeeded. moms like Heather and Lori of the Cupcake Girls.
The one thing that her and I have stuck to since day one, and we are absolutely adamant at it, is we never changed our brand. We developed and grew our brand, we made it better, but we never changed our focus and we never stepped off of that.
The fact that these two women are still running this business whilst running their families and doing multiple jobs on the side is really what we're about.
You can see Julie's payoff just by talking to some of the Momcafe moms.
And I just started doing Stella and Dot a year ago, and it's really gotten me out of the house, and I feel like a woman, not just a mom now. So it was great to connect with her, and these events have been huge for my business. So just through networking, meeting other moms, trying to balance life, work, family, balance it all.
It's a great event to just get together with other moms, and I have a small business, and it's a great networking environment. I find I'm starting to build relationship with a lot of the moms, so it's a no pressure kind of, you get to meet other people in the same situation as you are, and there's always a great topic discussion. So today's event with the Cupcake Girls were really, really, really exciting. So.
Looking around the room, it's clear that these Tri-Cities moms, like Julie, don't fit the typical mold.
Is changing, and we're taking our life and our businesses in hand, and we're managing our families, and we're managing our husbands, and we're managing our businesses as well, and we're growing, and we're doing amazing, creative, exciting things.
I'm Mona Mansour in Port Moody for The Express.
There are Momcafe networks in 11 communities around the Lower Mainland, and you can get the who, the where, and the how online. You're watching The Express, and we have local stories ranging from Whistler to Mission coming up. After the break,
this plaza is where they had the awards ceremonies for the Olympics in 2010.
A Whistler Museum walking tour.
Takes the history outside of the museum and into the actual setting.
The Westwood Karting Association. The Express, we are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
Welcome back to The Express at Iona Beach in Richmond. Now, I started off today's show saying we're doing a little metaphorical beach combing. Basically, we are combing through BC communities looking for fun facts. Like, did you know this beach is a great place for both plane watching and bird watching? Did you also know that Whistler Village started out as a garbage dump? Strange but true. And we have more gems on our Whistler Village walking tour.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
How's it going today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
I'm Jessica.
Hey, Jeff.
Awesome.
You here for the walking tours?
I am.
It's a neat way to explore the local history. You can walk around and see the village, and it takes the history outside of the museum and into the actual settings where a lot of the stories we're talking about were made. If we're ready to go, then we can go and explore Whistler's history through the streets.
Every day at 1 p.m., the Valley of Dreams tour leaves from the Whistler Visitor Center. From Olympic dreams to miners seeking out copper, people have been drawn to the Valley of Whistler for over 100 years. The Whistler Museum summer walking tours uncover the history that has made Whistler what it is today.
It kind of encompasses the history of Whistler as a whole. It went from really humble beginnings, this kind of backwoods valley full of loggers, to now the largest ski resort in North America, and it took a lot of vision. A lot of different dreamers kind of left their imprint on the valley. So here we are in Skiers Plaza, the base of Blackcomb and Whistler Mountains.
Stopping at the base of Whistler and Blackcomb Mountains, it's hard to imagine the landscape without the lift access and a busy bike park. A lot has changed in the last 30 years.
The original plan was to have lifts all over Whistler Mountain, so on the creek side as well as on the north face, but they couldn't do that because there was actual miners still had claims on the north slopes of Whistler Mountain. So here we are at Fitzsimmons Creek.
Evidence of those mining claims can still be found, and maybe even the remnants of a cabin.
And there is actually a trail going all the way up the Fitzsimmons Creek Valley, following what is today the Singing Pass Trail. There was a trapper that had a cabin up near Singing Pass, and there were local miners that even hoped to find the tail end of the Britannia Mines copper. we're going to head back to the village now.
Post-mining claims and pre-development of what is now the village, a garbage dump occupied the very pathways that our town follows, and it comes with stories of its own.
So when this was still the dump, a popular activity was on Sunday nights, people would grab a case of beer and come here after dinner because everyone would jump their garbage off, and this would be teeming with bears, and it was the best spot to find bears in the valley. They'd just be walking around having their Sunday night snacks. This plaza is where they had the awards ceremonies for the Olympics in 2010.
The stories of Whistler include visionaries and fun seekers, all making the town what it is today, a world-class resort that has made its Olympic dreams a reality.
The community now is at a really interesting point because after all these decades, we finally succeeded in hosting the Olympics, and now we're kind of left wondering what's next. Where do we go from here? And so it's an interesting and exciting time for Whistler. All right, so that's it for the tour today, guys. Thanks a lot for coming out.
Only history will tell the next chapter of Whistler's story. From Whistler Village, I'm Jessica Turner for Big Summer.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
The Whistler Museum is open daily, and they have a new Olympic exhibit where you can hold an Olympic torch and even try on an official volunteer uniform. And we have more happening history for you up next. With the Westwood Karting Association, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary, and they're looking for a little extra push to keep their motors running.
Fast and Furious at 80, Madge Whitehead tells the tale of the origins of the Westwood Karting Association.
My husband and I and Baden, my brother, lived in Burnaby, and we were messing around in the garden and we heard all these buzzing noises, and we thought, well, let's go and see what it is, you know. And we saw these people having a go around this parking lot with go-karts. We thought, oh, great. So my husband built 2 of his own, and we raced them, and that's how it started.
Very good job driving up there.
1960, 61, we started racing there, because before that we were racing on parking lots, and then people got annoyed for the noise and everything, so we had to look for something. And that's when Bob Whitehead approached Sports Car Club of British Columbia, and we just got together and built that track.
The day wouldn't be complete without remembering the past, honoring the present.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
On that trophy.
And looking on to the future with Westwood's own shining star, Jordan Redland.
I started driving when I was about 6 years old, but I started racing when I was 7. My dad bought me my kart for my 6th birthday.
I've changed the sprocket for you, Jordan.
Okay.
Now 84 from a 74, so you're gonna have a lot more bottom end pull.
He coached me into it.
Let's get your helmet on and let's get ready for the race.
Okay. We would go down to the track on days where nobody was driving, and he would block off parts of the track and let me start with half of the track, and then we would make our way up to driving the full track. I've gone to Grand Junctions in Colorado, and they have a SCUSA event down there. Superkarts USA is what it stands for. They have one called the Super Nationals. That's the big race, and that's got about 600 people. People from Europe and all over the world go to that event. I like it the best when there's a lot of competition on the track, and I like to chase people down. And so I like to start kind of around the back and then make my way up to the front and pass everybody, and then end up leading the race till the last few laps. That's kind of my favorite part of driving.
From the Mission Raceway, for The Express, I'm Charles Botsio.
For information on racing, sponsoring a driver, or joining the club, you can go to westwoodkarting.org. And for more ways to get involved with life in the Lower Mainland, we have ideas on today's Cultus Lake Big Summer Spotlight. This tournament will showcase the world's top fast pitch players and is one of the largest women's-only sporting events hosted in BC for 2011. In its 18th season, the Enchanted Evening Concert Series is set in indoor and outdoor spaces at the Garden and features a variety of music genres. This year's Surrey celebration of Canada's 144th birthday features a free concert with world-class performers, family-friendly activities, and a spectacular fireworks finale. And that's it for today's Express from Iona Beach in Richmond. We're going to leave you with a look at another Arts Club production, A Closer Walk with Patsy Cline, that's closing this week in Vancouver.
Here she is singing her first #1 hit.
here's Miss Patsy Cline!
I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome.